What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Martu Saucy back with another video. I have not uploaded in 4 months, but it's okay. I'm basically going to explain why I was gone and what was going on. So, these past 4 months, I've been going through a real transition phase in my life. And a lot of the things that I was accepting back then, that I was going for back then, that I was just pretty much settling for back then, they were all removed from my life. They were all removed. And I feel like I know everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. If I would have stayed in the same place, if I would have stayed doing the same things, my mind would probably be in the same place. But God literally took everything that I thought was okay out of my life and replaced it with something better. It's crazy because through this whole transition phase in my life, I felt like everything was crumbling around me. Like I felt like everything was crashing down. I felt like people was leaving. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I had bad luck. All these bad situations was happening to me, you know? I had a family member pass. I had my car broken into. Man, I got fired from my job. I had legal things that I had to pay that I didn't have the money for. And it was just like a sequence of events that I was just going through. And while I was going through it, I was trying to understand what was being thrown at me, like what was I going through? And shortly I realized that it was just a test. It was all a test, you know? And it's crazy because I talk about a lot of things before they even happen. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of it, I'm like, oh, this happened here, this happened here, this happened here. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm being tested right now. I'm being tested right now. I'm being tested right now. And one thing I realized is that usually when you want something to happen in your life, when you want change in your life, before you get that change or before you get that blessing or before you get that reward, you go through tests. You go through phases where you got to, like, you're literally just being tested, you know? And I feel like through that season of my life, my faith was being tested. Because in order to attack big goals, in order to be a motivation to people, in order to be a leader for people, you have to understand that you can't be weak. You cannot be a weak person leading people because it's never gonna work out. Never. No matter what you do, if you're weak, you can't lead. How can you lead a team? How can you lead a group? How can you lead anybody if you can't even lead yourself? That's the whole point. How can you get somebody to believe in you if you can't believe in yourself? If you can't lift yourself? If you can't do what you do? You get what I'm saying? So through this whole time, my faith was being tested because I didn't have no money. I damn sure didn't have no people around like that. And I had so much on my mind that it was like hard for me to even focus on anything. You know? So it was like the only thing I had left was to depend on my faith. Depend on what I couldn't see. What wasn't there. I mean, of course I had to focus on what I had, you know, because you can't get through anything without having gratitude and understanding what you have and understanding the things and, you know, the people and, you know, everything that's going good for you. You can't get through bad situations if you always focus on the negative, you know? But yeah, my faith. That's all I can focus on, my faith. It's crazy when you know in your mind that this is not gonna last forever. And I know where I'm trying to be at. And this is just a stepping stone to where I'm trying to be. And when you accept it, it's like you can't trip anymore. Because it's like, this is what you asked for. You asked the universe to give you this. You asked God to give you this. But when it's finally time, to show it, to show that you want it, to prove that, hey, I really want this. A lot of people don't make it. For real. A lot of people don't make it. And being in that situation showed me why a lot of people don't make it. And it's mentality. It's all mental. It's all mental. Your reality is just a reflection of how you look at life. And depending on how you look at life, depending on how you look at scenarios, situations, things that happen to you, depending on all these different things, that's how your life will be. Some people look at it like this. They see somebody that got more money than them, got more fame than them, got more clout than them, and they say, oh, that person is successful. Oh, that person is doing way better than me. But in reality, nobody's doing better than anybody. You want me to tell you why? I'm gonna tell you why. Nobody can do better than anybody. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you can say, oh, well, this person has more money than me. But anybody can obtain any amount of money they want to obtain. You can say, oh, this person has more fame than me. But anybody can obtain fame if they want to obtain fame. And let's be real. I'm just being real. Anybody can obtain fame. Anybody can obtain money. Anybody can get clothes. Anybody can do it. Everything you see people with, you can get the same shit. So who's doing better than anybody? If you got a house, you got a car, it's the same thing. You go home to your house, you drive there in the car. You might have a pet. Anybody could get the pet. You know, like, it may be a more expensive version. They may be able to go to more expensive places, but you can do the same thing. So I want you to understand that don't put money first. Don't put fame first. Don't put like all these things that are materialistic, and don't put all them things first. Because at the end of the day, those things are going to come. Put your mentality first. Put your faith first. Because your faith and your mentality is the foundation of where you want to be. If your mentality isn't right, you can't do what you're meant to do if your mentality isn't right. If you don't know where you're going, you can go. You can live. But how are you gonna go anywhere if you don't know where you're going? So All I'm trying to say is this, right? Faith is literally a majority of what you need. Faith. All you need is faith. And work. You can't have one or the other. You gotta have faith because you gotta be able to believe that this thing, that whatever you're trying to do is gonna work out. You gotta have work because you can't just sit around and dream it all day. You gotta put some action towards it, you know? But your mental also has to be right as well, because you gotta be able to understand why you're going through the things that you're going through and what lesson God is trying to teach you. Because me, I had to change my perspective. Instead of thinking, oh, why is this happening to me? Or why am I going through this? I started thinking, what is the lesson that God is trying to teach me right now? And he was trying to teach me a lot. Actually, he did. He taught me what people are actually in my circle. He taught me what things I probably need to let go of. He taught me that I was settling for a lot of things that I didn't have to settle for. And he taught me that I was different, bruh. It ain't gonna be another, bruh, I'm telling, like, how many times I gotta say this? It's not gonna be another you. It's never gonna be another you. It's only one of you. So act like it. Live like it. Do your own thing. Even though I haven't been on social media, I have been watching, and I've just been seeing a lot of duplicates. Like a lot of duplicate people, like duplicate people. A lot of duplicate art, a lot of duplicate music. And to be honest, I feel like that shit is ass. In my opinion. Okay? Be unique. Be true to yourself and be you. Because a lot of people are trying to copy. And I'm not saying that you can't copy, but what I'm trying to say is, it's way better if you're being your authentic self than trying to copy somebody. Truly. And that's coming from me. That's coming from me. Because we're getting to a point where in the art, in the music, in the videos, a lot of people are taking from other people and using theirs instead of trying to create their own. And it just takes away from the fun of being a unique person. Like, everybody has their own unique thing that they bring to the world. And it's like, why are we not embracing that? Why are we not, being more confident in that? And it just goes to show you what people are really confident in themselves and who's really not. That's all it shows you. Because if you're more confident in being another person than you are being yourself, then that says a lot about you. That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're somebody else, you gotta act. You might as well just be an actor, bro. You know? But yeah, to anybody watching this video, I want you to know that anything you're going through is not gonna last forever. And 9 times out of 10, before blessings start rolling in, before gifts start rolling in, before positivity, before clarity, before any of these things start coming in, you're going to get tested. It's going to get ugly. You're gonna like rethink a lot of things. Your career, your money, your life, your love life. It's gonna make you question everything. But I'm here to tell you that you will be fine. Just keep faith in God and the universe, and just do the best you can, no matter what. No matter what nobody telling you, no matter what's going on online, social media, no matter what anybody around you gotta say, do the best you can every day for you. Don't let these pressures around you control you and where you want to be and what you want to do. Keep being you. Keep doing you. And show people that you can become successful being you and doing you. You know? Usually the ones with the most potential and the ones that are making the most change go through the hardest shit. Go through the roughest shit. For real. But you don't go through those things in order to become like the people that treated you bad. You don't go through those things in order to become like everybody else. You don't go through those things in order to become worse. The only reason why you go through those things is to become stronger. The only reason why you go through those things is to become better. And to tell your story. Because you don't know who you're motivating when you go outside. You don't know who you're motivating when you go to work. You don't know who's watching you. Because I'm telling you, somebody's watching you. If you think you're doing all this work behind closed doors, not being seen by nobody, you thought wrong. Because somebody's motivated by you. Somebody's grateful that you're doing what you're doing. So regardless of how many viewers or regardless of how many followers or supporters or whatever, keep going. Keep going. Because as long as you got your faith, as long as you got your work ethic, as long as you got your positive mind, positive mentality, you can do anything you want to do. Anything. Don't let nobody tell you different. I don't care what your age is. I don't care what your ethnicity is. I don't care about none of that. But yeah, man. I was just making this video to motivate anybody watching. I hope I did. I feel good to be back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make more content, and it's gonna be a lot of different things coming. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, man, that's it for the video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Peace out.